Hey,
Yo, buddy.
what's up, brother?
Headband part two.
That's right.
Second week in a row. Lucky. The lucky headband.
Bye week felt like an eternity.
Dude, yeah, like last week I was on Tuesday, Wednesday, I was gonna text you and be like, podcasts? And I was like, oh shit, we don't have to. Yeah, it didn't sound or from like videos look good at all.
Nah, it's pretty brutal. I mean, second half defense
Like
played a lot better, but
that one Aller sack was just the fuck. That was a Carson Wentz-esque.
yeah,
Like
yeah, it's
trying
Carson
to do,
against the Cowboys.
yeah, trying to do so much with nothing available. And it's just
Yeah,
like walls of 20.
yeah.
Unbelievable. But sorry, second week in a row, I'm a little banged up.
Oh, no worries.
Tilting the elbow a little bit.
Yeah,
By the way, I keep tweeting about deny Dennis Sutton. Because the one guy, he didn't give his crap, but he was just like, if you watch the game, Zan has been wrecking shop since blah blah
I
blah.
saw that. Yeah,
Well, yeah, of course he is. He's one on one. Abdul
yeah,
and they're getting doubled every fucking play. You saw it in the
yeah,
highlight that I posted for the answer of
yeah.
the trivia question. Like he's clearly double teamed, splits it, causes
Mhm.
QB pressure. Like you can't just look at the box score and be like, he
Yeah,
had that game. It's
yeah.
uh, love my Penn State fans, but I cannot. The one fan I cannot stand is box score fans.
I know.
The absolute worst.
Yeah, there's a lot of them. We do have I don't know if you want me to save it for the pod or if we want to put the notes in. There is some injury breaking news too for Penn State.
Who?
Winston.
Yeah, I heard he was questionable.
Nah, Franklin said tonight it's a long-term injury.
What? Long?
Yeah.
How long term?
I mean, he doesn't give specifics, but anytime he says long-term, they're usually out for a while.
God, they're Penn State's like the Hornets. They never give a clear answer on injuries.
I know, just tell us how long he's out.
It's
Jesus.
just you know what I mean. He's like he might return in
Yeah.
2 weeks, or he might be out for the season.
Yeah.
Like that, I had LaMelo Ball in fantasy. And it
Hmm.
was like, yeah, he might be out a couple weeks, and then ends up being out for the year. It's like, oh, thanks for the info, guys. But I'm all in on my fantasy basketball research now that Isaiah Pacheco's injured, and
Oh
they
yeah.
switched their um, medical staff. So hopefully, this is going way off topic here.
Yeah.
Hopefully, the Hornets medical staff is a little more up to par. As I say that on a Penn State Nittany Lions podcast.
We talk about everything here. I mean, it was really just minimal offense. It was just a defensive struggle the entire game. I watched most, I watched pretty much all of it. It was pretty
So
brutal to watch.
Kentucky, Kentucky had 4 field goals
Yeah.
and then touchdown to win it.
Yeah. It's basically like Georgia was asleep at the wheel the entire game.
Are they heading into a bye?
Yeah. They got a bye and then they got Bama.
Dude, I might have to change my bonanza picks. That might be the theme of the year is like teams heading into early buys. They just
Yeah.
let the fuck down.
Yeah. So in the towel.
Yeah, I'm looking here. So the number one Georgia Bulldogs at Kentucky Wildcats, who are known for the basketball squad, but their football program is coming up one by 1.13 to 12. And as we said, they scored the game winning touchdown with just over 12 minutes in the fourth quarter and then just kind of held Kentucky to field goals and punts after that.
Hmm.
That's kind of a shocker because, I mean, I'm one of the people who I'm just not like anytime Alabama is top 10, I'm just like, yeah, they're gonna be in the finals.
Yeah.
They're gonna be in the championship. They'll find a way.
Yeah.
Even without Saban, like they're gonna
Hmm.
find a way. They have enough Saban disciples around the staff that they're gonna find a way.
Yeah.
Um, Georgia, though, I mean, you just look at the past NFL drafts and it's just like Georgia Bulldog linebacker, Georgia Bulldog defensive tackle, Georgia
Hmm.
Bulldog offensive tackle. Like they've lost so many talented players that it's almost impressive that they have not had like a severe drop back here.
Yeah. I mean, they keep bringing in blue chip talent, especially on defense. I think really where they've been lackluster thus far is Carson Beck hasn't really played up to snuff
Hmm.
to where he's projected to be.
He was getting so much hype
Yeah.
during preseason.
Hmm.
Like Carson Beck, Heisman Trophy. I think a DraftKings gave me like eight $25 like just free bets.
Hmm.
Placed them all on Heisman Trophy winners. Only one I didn't do is Carson Beck. Which
Throw some on.
if he wins, I will burn this city to the ground. We're gonna hop over to Big Ten play here
Mhm.
as Michigan continues to struggle. I myself last week thought in the Big Ten betting bonanza that Michigan would kind of rebound to their former self, but now they have a little bit of a quarterback situation on their hands.
Mhm.
And this week they host the number 11 Southern California Trojans. So not looking good for Michigan. And what are your thoughts on their quarterbacks? I know the one dude sucks.
Yeah.
Um, and then I know Alec Orji just from College Football 25.
Yeah, I mean they're starting Orgy this week. I'm surprised they hadn't gone that route already. Davis Warren is pretty brutal to watch. I'm surprised they've
Dude, one of the worst quarterbacks to watch in like
yeah.
he's so bad.
I'm surprised that they've rolled him out here or rolled him out there last couple weeks. I was definitely banking on Orgy being the starter.
What
Definitely
happened
to
to
begin
him?
the year, if not last week. So
Did
should
anything happen
we'll
to
see
him
with
or
them going with him this week. I mean, they've only been using him in like running scenarios. I think he's
okay.
only thrown the ball a couple times, so would expect that they'll need him to throw the ball. So we'll see what he's really made of. But I am shocked that it's taken this long for him to be named the starter.
Yeah, kind of like a Bo Pribula to Drew Aller type, but
Hmm.
way better at everything else.
Yeah, yeah.
Kind of a shocking.
And
Like
Drew's definitely better than Davis
this
Warren.
whole season, I thought Orgy was the quarterback, and now I'm
Yeah.
finding out that it's this other guy who's thrown, I think it was three interceptions so
Yeah, I
far.
was certain that he would be the starter. And I remember after week one and seeing that Davis Warren threw the ball like 30 times. I was like, what's going on?
And 30 times too. Like, come on. Like Michigan did not pass one time against us. And now they're throwing it 30 times. Like that's how you know that they might be in trouble.
Yeah.
Speaking of being in trouble, Florida State opened, I believe, as the 11th ranked team in the AP poll.
Hmm.
Now they're 0-3 after a home loss, 20-12 against Memphis. Florida State had three turnovers. DJ Ugalele Definitely pronounced that wrong.
Ui Ungalele.
Uga Ongelele then is just not the guy.
Hmm.
He's not the guy. In fact, I'm about to look up. You can talk, but
He just needs to graduate and get a 9 to 5. Give up the dream.
what's his major? Political science or
Probably
like Parks and Rec or
Parks and
whatever.
Recreation
Yeah,
would be my guess.
run a nice little summer camp from where you're from.
Yeah, I'm gonna find this out because now I'm curious.
So this is now DJ's. He started at Clemson, went to Oregon State last year, and did not do much of anything. Did not top 284 yards the entire season. He did have a game against Cal where he threw 5 touchdowns, no picks. But yeah, just the, his demeanor. He just doesn't have it. Like
Hmm.
when he makes a bad play, it's just like you know that's gonna ripple throughout the game. Even if it's the first quarter. Like you know that bad play is gonna stick with him, which is not the kind of mentality your quarterback should have.
Yeah, I mean, you got Florida State struggling, Florida struggling, Miami. They're the kings of Florida right now. They're looking real good, and Billy Napier could be out of a job soon. Mike Norvell losing to his old squad. That
Watch
would
out
be good.
for UCF. What were they, the
Hmm.
2020 champion?
Undisputed champs, baby.
What year was that?
Was it 2020?
They
I'm
threw
losing track of
the
time.
parade at Disney World. Like, we're national champions. Everyone's like, no, you're not. Sorry to break it. Had the parade, but good
Yeah.
for you. But you're not the champions. I hate to break it to you.
Mm.
Um, and lastly, back to Big Ten play. Wisconsin suffers a brutal loss at the signal caller position. I, bel- is Van Dyke a transfer?
Transfer from Miami.
Yep. Tore his ACL, unfortunately, is out for the season. So, wishing him nothing but the best in his recovery, and hopefully he comes back next year stronger and better than ever, but not better than ever to beat Penn State.
Definitely makes that trip to Madison this year a little less scary.
Definitely. I mean, we've had how many 3 years in a row where we faced Braylon Allen and like top 5 running backs in the NFL now.
Hmm.
You know, it's yeah, nice little break there. We
Hmm.
need it with the
Yeah.
gauntlet of the schedule that we got. All right, with all this college football talk, why don't we head into my least favorite segment of all fucking time? I hate this. I might quit. I might just punt every single pick. But let's go to week 4 of the Big Ten betting bonanza. It is week number 4. The bye threw me off of the Big Ten betting bonanza. And I hate to say it, but Davy Croatian Baron His hot streak has come to an end.
Mm,
I won't say I played a part of it, but I did hype you up as one of the best gamblers of all time, and then
mm,
you going three. So put a little pressure, a little full court press in week three, early, as of
mm,
um Dave last week went, as I said, 0-3. He had Oregon State, not
mm.
Minnesota. Oregon State plus 16 and a half. Brutal, brutal fucking beat. Brutal beat. Hate to see that happen.
Told everyone in the contact list to take that one, and they did not.
Oh, that's
They did
even
not like me for
worse. No. That's even worse. I hate when that happens when you text someone like, bet this team.
it. I say I need locks. I said Oregon State plus 16 and a half, and they said, "Fuck you, Dave."
Shrivel up in a corner and cry yourself to sleep.
Yeah.
That's my that's my tradition. Anyway.
Hey, I'm just human. I'm just a human.
Uh, his second loss, Nebraska minus 32 and a half with the Mahomes cosplay Rayola. And lastly, he took the UCLA Bruins money line at plus 124. They're giving 3 points. Lost that game, right? Straight up.
42-13.
Jesus. They
Wasn't even close.
they suck, dude. So Dave, 4-5 record on
Mm.
the year, betting Big Ten games. Bonanza points. He has picked up four. Yeah, yeah. Wait, 4-2. No, no,
Should
four.
be four. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay. And then my contrarian, I that Michigan game's gonna haunt me.
Mm.
I wanted to take the other side so bad at plus 23, but the way that they lost to Texas, I was like, you know what? They might blow them out.
Mm.
Absolutely. So that was my bad beat. Michigan, or not bad beat, just awful bet. Michigan minus 23 and a half. I was so hyped on Bama, Wisconsin under. So hype on it. I mean,
Mm.
Wisconsin could not score. It all came down to Bama getting it done on offense effectively, which I didn't see in the first two games, but
Mm.
magically they do and cover the 49 point total. So I'm 0-2, but then my saving grace, Washington State, the Cougars, baby. They were up 17-13 at Washington at halftime.
Mm.
Put up a touchdown, go up 24-16. Washington decides to get a field goal. And then we go punt, punt. Washington State throws an interception. And then Washington has to punt. Washington State has to punt. And then the Huskies, Washington, drive it all the way down to the 1 yard line. Jonah Coleman is stopped for a 2 yard loss as the Cougars hit my plus 170 parlay. More importantly, they gave me 3 bonanza points. So I am 2-5 with 4 bonanza points because of the plus three.
Most importantly, the Cougars were the victors of the Apple Cup.
Oh
That's
my,
what's most important here.
we had the graphic in the last episode. It's
Hmm.
a,
It's the Apple Cup. We
it's a
do it every year.
beautiful, beautiful trophy up there with the land grant.
They do it every year.
Um, so yeah, even though Dave's 4-5 with his record, we are tied in bonanza points, and that's what it all comes down to, baby. 4 puntos. Look at me. Look at us.
Hey,
Who would have thought? Who would have thought? We are tied in bonanza points, and that's what it all comes down to, baby. So I think I get first pick, right?
you
0
have the honors, my friend.
3, 1 and 2 to let us go. So this this is going to win me the Big Ten Betting Bonanza dumbbell back. This little brown booklet right here is going to be filled up with winners. Had to rearrange a couple things because I'm going first now.
That's
So
pressure to go first.
I know I'm, yeah, I did not expect this.
Board is yours.
Uh, 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 third time. I don't know what to do with my hands. Um, I'm gonna go with our squad, Penn State. We said the spread was 49.
Hmm.
Penn State 49. I think that the Bowling Green game was kind of a wake-up call for them. Penn State is nowhere near the caliber of team that Bowling Green is. Bowling Green was filled with experienced players, seniors in the MAC.
Hmm.
Penn State, not so much. Second year head coach who's kind of trying to rebuild that program. Um, has some guys left over from previous classes. So I'm gonna have Penn State putting above 50 burger, shutting them down to at least only one field goal and covering that 49-point spread. Did I take your pick?
No, I'm sticking with that one though. I'm gonna go
Ooh.
ahead and take the over 56 and a half. I'm with you where I think Penn State covers, but I also wouldn't say that I'm worried about it because Penn State actually, other than last week,
Six
they
and a
actually
half.
beat
Wait, 56 and a half, 49-point spread. So they're
mhm,
saying it's going to be 49-7.
10. Nah, because 7 wouldn't cover it. So I think
Exactly.
Penn State scores more than,
Vegas doesn't want the over. They want the under.
yeah. I think Penn State scores more than 49 here. Like you said, I think they put up a 50 burger. I could see it 56-3. Cover the spread or cover the over. Give me an over.
And that was what number?
56 and a half.
56 and a half. All right, my second pick. Back to it. We're going to go with some Friday night madness.
Mm.
Two top 25 teams meet in the Big Ten. Illinois against, as I said, the Mahomes cosplay Raiola. I can't stand him. Literally can't stand him. Spreads +8. You would think, given Illinois' schedule, they are 3-0. They have not played any significant competition besides Kansas, beat them.
Hmm.
But the fact that they're over a touchdown in a conference game, first conference game on Friday night, I'm taking that all fucking day. Uh, Brett Bielema, the ultimate hype guy. Dan Campbell from the
Mm.
Lions, probably number one. Probably almost top five hype guy of all time. That defense is going to travel. I think it's going to be a weird game, and I think or Illinois is going to cover that plus
Hmm.
eight. Give that plus eight.
Yep.
Illinois plus eight covering the spread over a touchdown.
I sure do have that because you stole my pick.
Look at it. Look at it. The book doesn't lie. It doesn't lie.
All right, I'm gonna have to go with my backup. Or while I search for a backup, I'm gonna use my other pick here because I did also have the Illini plus 8, which wouldn't be shocked. I know the Nebraska train is hot, but that could set up nicely if Illinois, say they win that game outright, could find ourselves with a undefeated ranked matchup in Happy Valley the following week, which I believe has been announced as a primetime game in Happy Valley.
7:30. Yeah.
7:30 kickoff.
Let's go. Under the lights.
Under the lights, baby. But so while I frantically search for that backup pick, you know me, I love
I
my big.
actually love this. This is one of the first handful of times that you've had to frantically look for a pick.
Yeah, usually I'm stealing your pick.
And I have not. Yeah. Reveling.
So you know
Ooh.
me, you know I love my big spreads. We got the Fox Big Noon game. It's the world famous, as Gus Johnson says, Buckeyes, Ohio State against
Yep.
the Marshall Thundering Herd. Buckeyes minus 40. I think they cover that all day long. Give me Ohio State minus 40.
And that's a team coming off a bye, right? Ohio State,
I
right?
believe so. Yes, you are correct.
So yeah, so I'll track that in terms of, teams going into bye weeks versus teams coming out of bye weeks. Because teams,
Statistically speaking.
yeah, this year, uh,
Hmm.
because teams going into bye weeks have struggled, dude.
Hmm.
I tried to look for a couple, but couldn't find any. A lot of teams coming out of the bye week. All right. Oh, I can't believe we got Penn State, so now I'm struggling for this. I'm gonna go with another. Yeah, we're top four Bonanza points to four Bonanza points. Tie ball game, baby. Check ball. Let's go. I'm gonna go with the Louisiana State University Tigers and
Mm.
Brian Kelly. So this year they're 0-3 against the spread, aka they're due to cover a fucking spread. UCLA has absolutely no offense, no run game. They won by a field goal against Hawaii, and LSU has faced 10 times tougher competition. They lost by a touchdown at home or against USC at USC home. And then they beat no 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 touchdown they beat lost to USC lost to USC by touchdown at home, and then they beat South Carolina on the road by a field goal in a comeback.
Mhm.
Their quarterback Newsmeyer, he gets a lot of flack for, I guess, just being like a nerdy white guy quarterback, but he's playing well.
Mhm.
10 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Again, 0-3 against the spread. The spread's LSU minus 24, I saw. You see the same thing?
Yep.
I think this is going to be the Tigers coming out party.
Go
Brian,
Tigers.
he's going to get things on track. This is kind of a big game for him, too.
Mhm.
So I'm going to take 24 is a weird spread. I hope they win by 4 touchdowns against this lowly UCLA team.
Mhm. UCLA looking as bad as the Sean Foster's Big Ten Media Day press conference.
Look what Chip Kelly leaves behind, by the way.
Mhm.
He goes to program, burns it, and then leaves. Someone hold that man accountable.
Please.
Put him in football jail. I don't know what that is. Maybe coaching offense coordinator at Army or Navy or
Mhm.
one of those triple option schools.
That'll do it. All right. I'm going to Big Ten Saturday night. We got ourselves a doozy of a matchup in
Are you going USC?
Minnesota.
Minnesota, not
Golden
USC, Michigan.
Gophers
Okay.
against the Iowa Hawkeyes.
Not the big game I thought you were gonna
No,
refer to.
going
USC
for
Michigan on the board.
Big Ten slugfest. NBC Saturday night. Sure you
All
tune
right.
in. We got the over under at 35. We know the Iowa Hawkeyes. We hate them very much. We know that they're world famous for covering the under. Last week, they hit the over against lowly Troy. Believe that over under was set at 36. Final was 38-21. Favor the Hawkeyes. I am jumping on the trend of Vegas is continuing to set the bar low based on historical performance. I'm going to take the over here.
Ooh,
So I'm going to go with the over in Minnesota, over 35.
you know they went over last week.
Mhm.
I had that, or 2 weeks ago. Maybe it was last week. I
Mhm.
had the over in an Iowa game,
Yeah, I
and
think it was 2 weeks ago.
maybe it was no under in the
Oh,
Cy Hawk Trophy.
that's right.
And yeah, that bit me in the ass.
Mhm.
All right, so going over my picks, I had Penn State minus 49 against Kent State, Illinois plus 8 against Nebraska, and then LSU minus 24 against UCLA. Davy Barron, Penn State, Kent State over
Mhm.
56.5, right?
Mhm.
I should make sure we get my numbers right. Ohio State minus 40 on the dot, right?
Yep.
And then lastly, Iowa, Virginia Tech over 35,
Mhm.
which I have to say, I don't know if you can read that last part of the bottom. Iowa minus 2.5.
Mhm.
Virginia Tech cannot stop the run. And I was just gonna run it all over them, aka bleed the clock. That's a great pick. I'm gonna do a little arrow under my 3 picks to put that as my fourth one. Again, this we are betting these games. This means a
Mhm.
lot to us.
Mhm.
Like dumbbell behind Dave that I always stare at. Yeah, that one means a lot.
Mhm.
We're winning and losing money on all these games. Um, Dave had a prosperous last season. I did not. NFL definitely helped me out. And who won the Heisman last year?
Caleb.
Blank. Oh yeah, it was
Caleb.
was yeah. Okay. Yeah, that was a big win for me to put me in the plus category for betting on the college football season. But that will do it for our college wraparound, aka around the trenches. And we will see you in week number 5 with hopefully more incredible upsets and incredible matchups. Thank you guys. Love you all so much.
Don't lose the faith. I'm bouncing back.
Lose it. Lose it.